Here, Big D.
Are you coming over, Big D?
You won't get here in time.
Shawn, here's something that might be of interest to you. Moving right along. This was posted January 4th at 10 a.m. Updated January 4th at 1:26 p.m. And it was posted on a blog of one of my absolute favorite news reporters.
Who's that?
Rachel Maddow. And I love her because of the way she'll take things and put them together to paint a picture before she dives into the story. So by the time she gets into the story, you have no room to say that's not true. And even if there is a reason to say that's not true later on, she will come out and openly correct herself. I've seen her do it time and time again, and I absolutely admire that. But anyways, NASA raises eyebrows with invitation to sanctioned Russian. For many years, NASA has welcomed foreign officials to the United States in the hopes of advancing international cooperation, and traditionally these visits haven't been especially notable. But Politico had a report this week that stood out for a reason. A Trump administration official's plan to host a sanctioned Russian nationalist in the U.S. in the coming months is raising alarms among Russia hawks in Washington. NASA Administrator Jim Bridenstine extended an October invitation for his counterpart, Dimitry Rogozin, to visit NASA headquarters in Houston in early 2019. U.S.-Russia space cooperation is nothing new, but Rogozin is no typical rocket science technocrat. He is an ultra-nationalist politician with a record of stark racism and homophobia who is under American sanctions, which typically bar him from entering the U.S. Over his 2014 role as deputy prime minister in Moscow's annexation of Crimea. Bridenstine, a former GOP congressman whose nomination to lead NASA never really made any sense, and invited the controversial Russian with a history of anti-American rhetoric to speak at Rice University, the NASA director's alma mater. The news was first reported in Russia's state news agency. Evelyn Farkas, the former Deputy Assistant Secretary of Defense for Russia, Ukraine, and Eurasia in the Obama administration, told Politico the invitation is appalling, adding, "It's utterly inappropriate given who he is and the fact that he is on our sanctions list." Asked about Rogozin's upcoming visit to the United States, Heather Conley, a Russia expert and director of the Europe program at the Center for Strategic and International Studies, added, "Wow, Rogozin is well known for his very destructive public comments about the U.S. What is difficult for me to understand is what is to be gained for giving a sanctioned individual a public platform. Some Senate Democrats not only share these concerns, they're prepared to act on them." Politico published a follow-up report last night. Nothing that sends Jean Shaheen, Democrat New Hampshire, and Robert Mendez, Democrat New Jersey, are prepared to block the sanctioned Russian nationalist from reaching American soil. This comes on the heels of similar reservations from Senator Mark Warner, Democrat, Virginia. The ranking member on the Senate Intelligence Committee, and Senator Ted Cruz, Republican from Texas. All right. There are some angles to the story that are not yet clear, starting with whose idea it was to invite Dimitry Rogozin to the United States in the first place. The update is NASA's press office issued a statement this afternoon that read, NASA has informed the Russian space agency Roscosmos that the proposed visit of Roscosmos Director General Dr. Dimitry Rogozin, currently planned for February 2019, will need to be postponed. A new date for the visit has not been identified.
Exciting.
Oh, yeah.
Who in the world is making these sort of decisions? That'd be like
our horrible, government.
So if
we're talking about the NASA,
right. Let's assume North Korea had some sort of expertise in nuclear physics, and Kim Jong Un.
Or else we'd all be dead.
Let's assume is what I said.
I know. I just thought it was funny.
Let's assume, okay, and let's assume for a moment that Kim Jong Un was a brilliant nuclear physicist, and UCLA was having a conference on nuclear theory and invited Kim Jong-un to UCLA to be a guest speaker at a conference.
Sounds fun.
It's about it. I mean, it's a little more extreme, but nonetheless.